In the movie, we also see a mention of the Me Too movement. Tell me now, individually, what do you think of the Me Too movement that happened in India? Some feel that okay, there's little success that we achieved over there, but then it fizzled out in terms of those who were accused are still at work, while those who called out people are being shamed. Yes.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
Yeah, no, it's just a very unfortunate situation. This is the reality we all know actually. We know the people who've been accused, we can see so many of them thriving and how the cases have died away. A lot of that is actually dependent on us, on and on all of us as a society. I mean, who we choose to work with, whose work we want to watch, how many opportunities do we give these people, because there is only so much that journalists can do. In the sense there is a report which the Hema committee has brought out a report, and I mean, how many people have actually read it, how widely is it circulated. I mean, certain good things may have come out of it in terms of in terms of infrastructure or due process. There are now there's some organizations or some things which have been put in place,
like
some
committees have been set up,
committees and structures have been put in place, even on a film set
Yeah.
or in any work environment, as it should. So that's a good thing. But ultimately what comes of it, a lot of it depends on us and how we deal with it as a society, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, Anu and
Exactly, like
Pratibha?
how she's saying, I mean, some good has happened, of course, because of some of these structures have been put in place, and some people have found the courage to repeatedly come out with their stories, which is very, very hard. So that's the good thing. But of course, yeah, unfortunately, it did fizzle out a little bit. But I hope the good of it stays and grows. This film also, we, once we edited and we were ready with the film, we showed it around to a few champions of the movement in India also, just to get their feedback, what they feel about the film, and most of them liked the film, appreciated the film, but it was a very difficult watch for them. Purely for this reason, they felt like, yes, something good is happening there. Hopefully with this film out also, more people will get some courage to keep the movement going.
Yeah. So true. Pratibha, you were just starting out, so tell me,
I, of course, agree with what Coco and Anubhuti had just said. And, it's also it really takes a lot for you to come up when, something has happened to you. And there are structures that has helped people come out and speak about what they felt. So, which is good. And at the end of the day, it depends upon us, how we see it, how we deal with it.
Yeah. What was new and interesting for me in this world is you're narrating the story through the eyes of two women. Was that what Netflix gave you on script? I mean, a bound script, or you had to work with the writers and?
No, there was no bound script. But surprisingly, the creative team at Netflix thought of this idea. I don't know how they came about it, but I guess one of them discussed internally and said, we've never seen a film on a woman accused of sexual misconduct.
Yes.
Why not make it? And I'm lucky they just approached me, asked me, how would you like to make something like this? And I said, yes, I would love to. And then we started from there. So we built an entire story around it. We researched a lot only once this core, germ was thrown at us. So that's how it.
You talked about research. Tell me, what did you base your research on while coming up with this story where a woman is a victim or accused? We don't know. I would not like to divulge that.
First of all, it started from, does that even happen? We don't know enough. And then we started to research first that particular thing, that are there women accused of sexual harassment? Is there published data on it, in terms of articles and even courtroom, all sorts of stages. There's research done by UK authorities and US government authorities and stuff. And we found that, of course, 70% of cases involve men, where perpetrators are men. But there are some, and there's a good number where women are accused, either by men or women. In workplaces particularly, I'm talking on, not even domestic situations. So we did that research for the entire world, And what happened was there was more data available and more such cases reported in the UK and US, which is one of the reasons why we based the film in the UK also, you know. But there is enough. So that was the research when we started from. And then what we found was we've not heard enough stories told from the point of view of the accused. Or we don't know enough. What do they go through? What damage or, you know, so-called, how does it affect their lives entirely? So, yeah, it all kind of started from there. And then we started to do researches on how, if there are cases where women have accused women of sexual harassment, or how did those cases finally eventually pan out. And the very, very interesting research we found, a lot of, you know, sometimes even as basic as there was a bathroom sharing incident. You know, it started with an accusation and it turned into, oh, it was not a woman, but it was a trans woman, and she had a problem sharing the bathroom with women bosses at workplace. So this is how, you know, it became a big famous court case and stuff. So you had varied cases like that, and that's the kind of research we started with.